Hello, this is Hannah Kim, and I will tell about the Crisis Program Analysis of Substance Use and Addiction. What is the topic today? Portland's response to the substance abuse crisis is the topic. This is about the program Portland takes. This is about which interventions are working well. This is about which interventions are failing to make an impact. And this is about the overall assessment of this program. Portland's situation to substance abuse. In Oregon, substance abuse and mental health problems are among the worst in the nation. Only Colorado, Vermont, and Washington, D.C. had higher rates of substance use disorder as of 2019. In other words, the situation in Oregon is that the use of substances as well as mental illnesses has become a disaster in this country. What is the program Portland takes? On November 3rd, 2020, voters in Oregon passed ballot measure 110, the Drug Addiction Treatment and Recovery Act, DATARA, got more than 58% of the vote. This law seeks to reduce the criminalization of substances and addictions. This law aims to provide opportunities for those who suffer from substances and addictions to learn to access treatment. In other words, the point of this program is that rather than recriminalization, treatment is in the best interest of those who battle substances and addictions. What interventions are working well? In terms of reducing criminal penalties, the law is working well. The policy reclassifies drug possession offenses from Class A and C misdemeanors to Class E violations. The law allows people convicted of substances and addictions to appear in court and plead not guilty. The program with 12-step substance and addiction recovery programs are working well for mental health treatments. What interventions are failing to make an impact? The biggest failure of the DATARA has been the significant delay of funding and the establishment of new drug treatment centers for recovery services. Dr. Reginald Richardson mentions that Oregon has a policy of decriminalization, but the functional treatment system hardly even potentially thrives. Oregon does have a decriminalization policy, but not when it comes to treatment systems. Oregon must work on making sure the treatment systems learn to be functional. What is the overall assessment of the program? The DATARA aims to reframe addiction as a health problem rather than only about the law. DATARA has developed a prototypical model for advancing progressive drug policy in the USA. But there must be a balance between viewing drug users as offenders versus drug treatment workarounds. The overall assessment of the program, there must be a line between too much imprisonment of those who battle drug addiction versus getting treatment that has constant loopholes. References. Thank you.